looks even better back here.
Imagine a single drop of water. Hold it in your hand. It's there, and just as quickly it's gone, leaving not a trace. A drop in the ocean. A small thing. Nothing. And yet, that drop is one of the greatest forces in nature. Water always goes where it wants to, patiently cutting through stone to get to the other side. Over 12,000 years ago, a drop of water melting off a glacier in the Great North made an incredible journey through what is now the Great Lakes and the narrow Strait of Niagara. It opened the way, and soon many drops followed, flowing faster and faster, sweeping away minerals, eventually carving their way towards a steep incline. Today, enough drops to fill 1 million bathtubs of water rush over the steep incline every minute, crashing into the deep chasm 13 stories below, seeming to disappear in thunder and foam. Everything stopped. March 30th, 1848. People woke to complete and total silence. The falls stood still. They had run dry. What had happened? No one knew. Some thought the falls had dried up for good. Others suspected a supernatural power was at work. And still others said it was the end of the world. In fact, millions of tons of ice had shifted, blocking the lake's outlet into Niagara River, creating a massive ice dam. years passed, and no water flowed that day or the next. Then, in the night, a distant rumble could be heard from upriver. As the low-pitched noise intensified, growing louder and closer, a great roar shook the earth to its very foundations. And a solid wall of water, cresting to a great height, curled down the channel and crashed over the brink of the precipice. The thunder of waters was back. The waters rushed and churned once again. That single drop. Even as it crashes into the churn, it doesn't really disappear. It rises from the spray, divides on itself into smaller and smaller droplets that hover in the air, forming plumes of mist, magical and haunting. A great canvas between water and sky, painted with a multicolored glow of thousands of rainbows, woven of light turned back to our eyes through the lens of the drop. And somewhere over these rainbows, clouds gather the drop, move across the skies, and let it fall again to begin the cycle all over again. Formidable force. The waters tumbling over the brink eroded a channel into the rock, forming a gorge and forcing the falls back up the river, back towards Lake Erie. Because what water gives, it can also take away. Hard to believe that 50,000 years from now, That single drop of water will have pushed the falls into oblivion, leaving behind just a river, essentially destroying his own creation. Until then, the falls are the landscape, the light, the rush, always in motion, always transforming. They roar, day in and day out, untouched and untouchable. Poetry, wonder, thunder.